history tells us these lulls can be deceiving. Just weeks before the lull last year, the two major hurricanes developed. Things were very, very quiet before that until they weren't. So it's a cautionary tale. We had a long way to go as we move forward through this hurricane season. For more on how things stand across the Atlantic and what could shape up moving forward, let's bring in Inspire Weather's chief meteorologist, Brian LaMarre. Brian has over 30 years of experience, including a distinguished career at NOAA and the National Weather Service. And I should point out, for a period of time, it was right down the road from where I was in Tampa at the National Weather Service office in Tampa Bay. Brian, great to catch up with you. You know a lot about the tropics. What do you make of what we've seen the last couple of weeks, and what do you think about moving forward?
All right, thanks, Ian. Great to see you. And yeah, definitely a really important topic to talk about. As you mentioned, this is the week that we have the peak of the climatological hurricane season. It's usually between September 10, September 12, depending on which period of time you look at. But it's pretty quiet out there, right? And if we compare it to last year, like what you were doing, last year we had 7 named storms that have occurred up till this time. And we're looking at this year, and we've had 6 storms. We had Aaron, which was Category 5, the only hurricane that is developed this year, and is very powerful, a Category 5 hurricane. But as you mentioned, we have this blocking pattern that is really influencing not only the development of these storms out in the Atlantic, but also where they're tracking to. And you showed it earlier. You showed the trough of low pressure off the east coast of the United States. That's pretty much been in place for over a month now.
Yeah.
And being here in Florida, that stationary front, you said we've been catching up our rainfall, and that's exactly what's been happening. But we don't want to let our guard down because, like last year, we saw 2 major hurricanes that occurred, Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, in the latter part of the season.
Yeah, Brian, I wanted to ask you more about that. I'm a New England guy. Bill Belichick's Patriots, the mantra was no days off. And for you, down in Florida, there's really no days off throughout the entire season. Early season, you get sloppy, messy tropical systems, homegrown. Then you're watching storms in the MDR, like Irma. And then late in the season, you start staring at the Western Caribbean and the Gulf. So even if we can make it through this MDR season, do you have any inklings of what the latter part of the season, that shift later this month, could look like? Because once again, that water is super warm.
It is. And like you said, I mean, there are many different ingredients that are needed for tropical storms and hurricanes to come together. And throughout most of the season, we've seen one of them there already, the very warm ocean temperature. That is the ocean heat content that we as meteorologists look at. So that's there. And also we have to look at wind shear. And there is a lot more wind shear over portions of the Atlantic Ocean. You mentioned the MDR, that's the main development region in the Atlantic and the Caribbean. And that area is where we look at this time of year for these storms to develop. There is one disturbance that you highlighted earlier from the National Hurricane Center that is moving off of Africa. That will likely be probably the next disturbance that the computer models are forecasting to possibly become the next named storm. And G is the next letter, that'll be Gabriel. And as we go into October, climatologically, we start looking at the Western Caribbean and areas south of Cuba. And that is historically where the Gulf of Mexico starts looking for where are these tropical storms and hurricanes going to form. We saw that with Hurricane Michael, that it was an October storm. We saw it with Hurricane Wilma, that was an October storm. We saw it with Hurricane Milton, that moved across the Gulf of Mexico and impacted Florida. So again, the latter half of the hurricane season can be super active. Last year, we went from 7 named storms to, I believe, 18. This year, we'll have to see what's in store. And it's important for everyone to make sure that you keep in tune to Fox Weather and your local National Weather Service and media to really know what's coming your way.
Yeah, and those late season ones, because they're homegrown, short fuse. So that can be kind of an uncomfortable stretch. But in between now and then, we watch the main development region and we track what's to come. Any quieter time, it's bonus time at this point in the season. That's Inspire Weather Chief Meteorologist Brian LaMarre. Brian, great to see you. Hope to chat with you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian.